Hurts So Good was a hit summer song back in 1982 for John Mellencamp. Decades later, he's still a singer with stories to tell. And a lot of drive besides, as Jane Pauley found out firsthand. This story was originally broadcast on July 2, 2017. Well, I was born in a small town. And I can breathe in a small town. Gonna die in this small town. And that's probably where they'll bury me. John Mellencamp was born in a small town, Seymour, Indiana, and he still lives outside another small town about 50 miles away, where last year it crossed fellow Hoosier Jane Pauley's mind she could die in one. "I am not letting go," she laughed, holding on to Mellencamp as they took off on a motorcycle. Yes, she should have worn a helmet, John Mellencamp with Sunday Morning anchor Jane Pauley. CBS News. Mellencamp has come a long way to his 86-acre estate bordering Lake Monroe near Bloomington. Pauley asked, "What is it about you and Indiana? I have to come here. I just feel at home," he said. "I mean, I can be away for a long time and come back here and kind of decompress and then, boom." It's ironic. He extols the bucolic life, but lives a fast one. "Where would you rather be than sitting here and being interviewed?" Pauley asked. "Well, cards on the table. I don't really like being interviewed. I have talked about myself for 40 years. And I'm just not that interesting, not interesting." Married in high school and a father at 19, Mellencamp wasted no time. At 21, he went to New York to study art, or to sign a record deal. It turned out that the New York Art Student League wanted money, but the record company wanted to give me money, he laughed. "I ended up getting a record deal like that. I interviewed the head of a record company and he said within minutes, 'Everybody knows that somebody who has walked in the door has something.' With the most humility, I say that's what happened to me. They didn't even listen to the demo tape, but we're still listening to Mellencamp classics, like a little ditty about Jack." John Mellencamp, Jack. "And for me it was very helpful because I don't know about you, but I want to do something every day. I want to learn something every day. I want to make something every day. If I go for a day and don't make anything, I feel guilty about it." I love every part of that statement. "What do you think is driving you?" Pauley asked. "I wrote in a song, 'Life is short, even in its longest days.'" He's a serious and prolific painter. His portraits have been shown at museums. But the music often interrupts the brushwork. "There's a song on the new record called Easy Targets," he said. "And I wrote that song in, I don't know, in 5 minutes. I couldn't even keep up with it. So, songwriting has become like a real surprise to me and really exciting at my age. It's more exciting now than it ever was." His latest, and 23rd, album is called Sad Clowns. John Mellencamp, Grandview, lyric video, feat. Martina McBride by John Mellencamp. Vivo on YouTube. The critics took notice. Pauley asked, "Do you read them?" "Nope. I'm finding this out from you. They've been really, really good. I don't care," Mellencamp said. "Didn't matter to me. If you care about the good ones, then you've got to care about the bad ones." His music has changed over the years, and so has his name. From the 1970s through the 80s, he was John Cougar. His first manager thought it would sell more records. To hear John Cougar perform Hurts So Good, click on the video player below. John Mellencamp, Hurts So Good by John Mellencamp. Vivo on YouTube. For a while he went by John Cougar Mellencamp. To hear John Cougar Mellencamp perform Rain on the Scarecrow, click on the video player below. John Mellencamp, Rain on the Scarecrow by John Mellencamp. Vivo on YouTube. But by the early 90s, the Cougar was gone. At times overtly political, Mellencamp songs about freedom, struggling farmers, and the working man led fans to make assumptions. "Quite honestly, that's one of my biggest disappointments," he said. You would think with all the goddamn people in the world, that somebody would have taken the time to sit down and listen to my lyrics to my songs one time. Pink Houses, for instance, is not a red, white, and blue anthem. There's winners and there's losers, but they ain't no big deal cause the simple man, baby, pays for thrills, the bills, the pills that kill. Oh, but ain't that America for you and me? Ain't that America something to see? Baby, ain't that America home of the free? Yeah? Little pink houses for you and me, you, little baby for you and me. Your fans are probably way on the spectrum to the right of you, said Polly. Oh, I've been booed, Mellencamp said. When the Iraq War started, I was so against that. If John Mellencamp sounds like one self-assured son of a gun, she is the reason why. Here's the trick. If you want a kid that has confidence, my grandmother told me every day of my life, buddy, don't forget, you're the handsomest, luckiest, talented boy in the world. The flip side of that is, it's really hard for girlfriends to compete with that. He laughed. It's an acknowledged fact that relationships have been a struggle, Polly asked. What is the greatest lesson you've learned from the women in your life? Too many to name. Apparently, women just don't like me very much. That's all I can say about that. He's been linked in recent years to perennial cover girl Christy Brinkley and actress Meg Ryan, and before them, 3 wives. He has 5 children, and 9 grandkids. The singer-songwriter credits cigarettes with giving him a voice like Louis Armstrong. CBS News. He's been smoking, by the way, most of his life, since he was 10, as he looked for another cigarette. Polly noted, you have a voice to protect, don't you? Or is it just getting better and better? Are you kidding me? Have you ever heard my voice, honey? It's fantastic. Are you kidding me? I sound like a black guy singing now. What? I mean, that's what I wanted. I wanted to sound like, you know, Louis Armstrong. But I didn't. I sounded like a white guy. And now I got it. These are my babies. Come on. He says he doesn't worry so much about cigarettes and his health. He's got a strange theory, rightfully or wrongfully. I believe that it's the combination of cigarettes and alcohol that get people, the two of them combined, and he hasn't had a drink, he says, since college. Republic, it's probably a wacky idea, but it comforts me, Mellencamp said. Now that I've said that, 2 weeks from now you're gonna read, Mellencamp dies of heart attack. Wood knocked. He's already had a heart attack, at 42. And now, at 66, he does thinking about mortality. I can see the finish line from here. I'd only have so many summers left. And I intend not to waste them being old. To read an extended transcript of Jane Pauley's interview with John Mellencamp, click here. See also, for more info. Story produced by Jay Kearneys.